Tell me please, is it true what they say? In the heaven there's a cup that gets fuller each day, and I've heard that Hashem keeps it close nearby, and he fills it with his tears each time that we cry. Sadie told me, Daddy dear, did he tell you the same? That when sorrow strikes his people, Hashem feels all the pain. Tell me why does he cry far away in the sky? Tell me why, Daddy dear, are there tears in your eyes?
Little one, it is true, yes it's true. Zadie told me years ago, and his dad told him too. Fathers cry for the children, and Hashem does the same. When we hurt, so does he. Yes, he feels our pain. Tears of pity from his eyes in this cup sadly flow, till one day when it's full, all our troubles will go. We will dance, we will fly in the sky like the birds. And I cry, little one, 'cause I'm touched by your words.
One more question, Daddy dear, answer please if you will. Just how deep is this cup? Tell me when will it fill? Don't you think it is time that the sun forever shines? Don't you think it is time, dear Daddy of mine?
Little one, it is time that I've questioned that too. So let us ask him together, together me and you. Father dear, do you hear our worries, our fear? Will your eyes ever dry? Is your cup filled with tears?
ニュージャージーにあるお宅をお訪ねしました。まずは先ほどのメノラにこうやって明かりを灯すんですよ。1日に1本ずつ増えていきます。この日はちょうど4日目でしたので、4本明かりが灯るんです。家族揃ってヘブライン語でこのろうそくという幸せを願う歌を歌います。そしてこの後子どもたちが一生懸命楽しんでいるのはドレイドルというゲームなんです。実はこれギャンブルなんですよね。サイコロを駒のように回して遊ぶんですが、軍資金は毎日お父さんがプレゼントしてくれるんですよ。なかなか羨ましいなと思ってしまいましたが、この男の子結構稼いでいたんですよね。 4つの面のどこが出るかによって当たり外れがあるんです。かけているお金はだいたい1セント約1円なんですが、楽しんでいるとお母さんがパンケーキや茹でたリンゴを持ってきてくれるんですよね。当時油は貴重でしたので、油を使ったものはごちそうなんです。8日間毎日こういった団らん続くんです。そして子供たちのもう一つの楽しみがこのプレゼント。こっそりと隠しているものをお母さんが見せてくれました。ちょうど今日が5日目で、リップスカーさんのお宅、今日渡しそうですので。
Leia, do you have the fax from Hoodie for the bar mitzvah?
Yes.
Can I see it?
Yes.
Where is it?
In my hand.
Oh, good. We're going to read it now. Where's Hoodie? Hoodie.
Hi, Hoodie.
Now let me see if I can catch Hoodie's picture. Leia, you see Hoodie's picture?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to see if we can see Hoodie long distance. All the way from Australia. Hoodie, we see you. We miss you. Where are you? Okay, we're going to read now the facts. Attention, Rabbi Y. Lipsker. Hafkas Tishrei, Tafshin and Gimel, Sunday, 5 p.m. It must be Sunday, 5 p.m. over there, not over here. Dear Mendy Shetichya, Sheyichya, excuse me. I just wanted to wish you a Mazel Tov on your bar mitzvah. I love and miss you very much and thinking of you always. You should give nachas to the Rebbe Shlita and Tatty, Mami, and everyone. Everything that Rebbe Shlita wants should be fulfilled. And the Rebbe Shlita should have a complete refuah shlema and be nizgala as Melech HaMashiach. Now, love, your sister, Hoodie. This is a kiss for Hoodie. Hi, Sheva. Now we're going to show Hoodie around the house, huh? Sheva,
What?
say something. Now we're going to see some things around the house. Hoodie didn't see Sheva such a long time, or Leia, or who else. Ah, wait a minute. Look at the china gun. How about the new set of dishes? All right.
No
New cup. Did you see? Wow. Oh, you know what else? A new chinik. Hoodie didn't see the chinik. She certainly didn't hear how it squeaks. Let's go into the kitchen now. Kitchen door.
Show her these
Vigilante.
dishes. These dishes here.
Oh yeah, soon the dishes. What do you want, Mandy?
From the set of the cups.
Oh, chinik is here.
It's speaking.
Is the light on, Mandy? Here's the chinik. Oh, I'm sure.
Bye, your water's ready.
I'm sure Hoodie misses this chinik and the noise that goes with it. How about the phone? Did you see the new phone?
It's mine. It's mine. Bye, Tommy, here.
Oh, Donna's on the phone. Hoodie, this you didn't miss. Nothing has changed. Mommy is still talking on the phone with Donna. Nothing has changed. Light on.
Now the dishes.
Oh, the dishes.
Not the
Oh, Dvora, excuse me, not Donna. Dvora.
That's what he's playing on his harmonica.
Oh, Mati's as crazy as ever. Baruch Hashem. Nothing more. Hey, look who's here. Scully ran away. Sheva, what's Sheva doing down there?
She's
Pillow dancing. To make an appearance. Danny, stand up straight. Danny! If you value your ponytail, you better stand straight and face the camera. Danny!
That was mean.
That was mean? As usual, I'm always very mean. Oh, and the set of dishes. The other half.
I'll open up the closet.
Open up the. Alright.
See?
Gorgeous.
Monitor.
Did you see the new monitor? Did you see the new monitor? No? Do you know we got a new monitor? I don't believe it.
I don't know if she
Let's go see it.
Yes, she did. She did. You know.
This is the new monitor. Where we watch all the videos on, including the video
I was
that
about
we're
to
sending to Hoodie.
Hello,
Right.
She did. She did. Took away the.
Look, I'm eating cookie. I'm on a diet, rice cakes.
What? Come over here, Stanley.
What? I want to eat.
What are you eating? Did you make a bracha?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Bye.
Have a nice day.
I was a meeting, Tatty.
Huh?
I was a meeting, Tatty.
What?
I was a hoodie, Tatty.
What do you say, Srali? Where are you running? Oh wait, we also have a new picture of the Rebbe from the Huda's Aliyah. This is the picture of Huda's Aliyah with the Rebbe. Can't see very clear. That's not so bad. Sheva's new room, or new bed, whatever you'll call it. This is Sheva's. Where's Srali's? No, the toy box as usual. And Srali's bed. Where's Srali? I thought you're jumping in your bed. Srali? Or Sheva? Where are you? Ah! Alright. And where's Sheva? Ah! All of a sudden the bed is full. Can't see you, Sheva. Covered your face with that thing. Aha. Alright.
Take a picture of what's in the Hi, honey. This is the Shepherd's kite.
Van de taten komt daarheen van school. Macht ein paar Outkids durch today, die Kinder sollen nicht einschlafen. Sie sollen sagen, die Mann ist angegangen.
Kaddish, as soon as the father comes home from shul, should make Yiddish as soon as possible, so the children should not fall asleep and they should be able to ask the Manishtana. Hey, Lachma Anya, the Achola, Bosana, Biara de Mitzrayim. Keil Litvin, Yesei V'Yechel. Keil Litzrich, Yesei V'Yivsa. Hashato Hochot. Shona Habo, Biara de Yisrael. Hashato Abdim, Shona Habo, B'nei Choyrin. V'hi She'amda, La'avoy Seino Veladu. Madaleno, Lechaloiseinu,
Fitzy Lipsker genuinely cared about the Talmudim. He took a tremendous interest in them. He wanted to make sure that they succeeded and were working at 100% of their capabilities. Coming from a secular institution of learning, I approached Gemara like I did my secular studies. Learn it over, make sure you knew it enough to pass the test, and forget about it. I was once called on to read, and I read, and after the class, Fitzy called me over. And he said, "You haven't got a clue what you said today. You haven't figured out what Gemara is talking about. You're still approaching it like you would a history book or a math book. That's not the way to learn Gemara. You have to start thinking like a Gemara." And we sat and we talked just about that idea. Probably it was about 45 minutes after class when he was already scheduled to go home. But he took that time and spent it with me, and it really opened my eyes and focused me on how to approach a piece of Gemara. I remember Fitzy once saying, "Zed Farbrengen," and he turned to the bacher next to him, and he said to him, What do you mean, Halavaya Bainani? What's this Halavaya Bainani? Halavaya Russia Batovlo.
This is Gershon Beck. I live in Oak Park, Michigan. Tonight's the fourth night of Hanukkah, and I was thinking about Fitzy Lipsker because the fourth night of Hanukkah is when Beis Shammai and Beis Hillel both agree, and how Fitzy Lipsker, his life was to make peace, to help others, bring goodness and kindness. First, my wife mentioned that she used to see Fitzy taking his children to the A&P on Friday, Erev Shabbos, and it was each child would be taken separately to spend like some quality time, special time with each child on Erev Shabbos. Something that we probably all could do more. She also mentioned that she would see Fitzy riding his bike sometimes, near his house. You know, whatever the union was, get some fresh air. I remember before getting into his class, that I used to hear from the other classroom, and we hear his towering voice and explain things, and we used to think, what is going on in that class? And until we got into that class, it was like, wow, this was really something else. He smiled, he was funny, he explained the Gemara in depth. I remember the first time I read a Tosfos on my own, I went over to Fitzy. He was standing by the bookshelf, and I said to him the Gemara. We sat down by the last table; it was empty, and I said, "I think I know this Tosfos." It wasn't so long, and I explained it, and I remember he just gave me a big smile, and he goes, "You can do it. You see, that's the right shot." I remember one time, it was during the riots in Crown Heights, that I was supposed to go to his house to speak with him, and I was thinking to myself, to go over tonight, maybe we should do something else tonight. I remember calling up his house, I spoke to him and his wife, and he said, "No, come over and you'll speak to me," and I asked him, "What am I doing here now?" He says, "Because we can do something now to maybe help something. We can't do anything in New York, so here, we should work on what we can." And one of the things he told me was that I was having difficulty with a certain individual, and he told me, he says, "You'll come around." He told me, you'll come around one day to see things differently. And he was right. I was wrong with things I had done to a certain individual, and it took many years, but he told me, he says, "You're going to come around," and he was right. He says, but we all have to be the pride of the Lubavitcher Chassidim and belief in Bis Mashiach, that he's going to come shortly, and the Rebbe's told us, and the yearning for Mashiach. And not everybody has to have that yearning and doing everything he can to bring the Geula. I would like to wish Fitzy's entire family a bracha, they shall only besuas tovas, and good news, And very, very soon we should greet him, and we'll thank him for everything that he gave to us, and Torah mitzvahs in our lives. And Goran Gichin very, very soon death will be swallowed up and no more suffering. And we should be Zocher from here of Yemen to the Gulish Lander with Fitzi, our teacher, leading us and teaching us, showing us the right things.
He actually kept this little notebook by his table, and it would be notes about each bocher. And he was everyone's mashpia. Everyone had a session with him at some point, these afternoon sessions. And he would write down notes of, like, you know, things that he was worried about and caring about. I remember asking him once, you know, I really want to get into daven, ba'aveda, and get into very long meditative davening. I want you to guide me. And he said straight up, "Oh, I never really did that. I can't really help you." Which I was shocked at the time, and then I realized it was tremendously honest. And then he saw I was serious. He said, "Well, I'll try and find out someone, you know, I'll try and look into it. I want to help you." But he had his honesty. It wasn't, you know, he was what he was, and I think that was tremendously inspiring and can be an inspiration to all of us too. He took Chassidus, teaching Chassidus very seriously, even though he wasn't a serious type of person. He was very light-hearted, always very friendly and bubbly, vibrant. But he took it very seriously to heart. I remember one of the last things we learned in his Chassidus class was the Maim of Yurtzeit of the Rebbe Rashab. And a lengthy part of this Maimah speaks about belief in the unity of God, how God is down here with us, and consequently how you should be straight in business. And he would sometimes reminisce about his memories of his father's business. And I remember he told us that he had a friend in yeshiva who had learned this Maimah off by heart. And this friend came into his father's store and said, "Let me teach you a trick." So his friend said, "Put an item on the counter. When the customer checks out, this item is worth $1, you'll add $1 on the bill. The customer will think this item is just sitting there, he won't realize it's part of his groceries, he won't take it, so you'll get $1 extra each customer. If the customer happens to notice, so I didn't realize it was just here, that's the way you can make more money." I remember Fitzi saying how shocked he was. This is a bacher who knew the Yurtzeit Moskva Baal Peh, which is the teachings about honesty in business. And here was he suggesting there should be a crooked scheme. And this was so much an anathema to his whole approach that we should take Chassidus seriously. We might not be Chassidim on the caliber of the Chassidim Alter Rebbe, with the Derash V, we're much lower than previous generations. But at least the little bit that we do understand, it should be practical, it should be real, we should take it to heart. That morning of yurtzeit, he came to Chassidus, there was no one else there, there's nobody else there, so we learned B'Chavrusa, and we were learning from the Basi Lagani Sefer, and the last thing we learned was a little piece in the back, I think it was a letter, which said something to the effect that, you know, if we don't take Chassidus to heart, we don't make it practical, then it's all a waste of time. And then we kind of closed the book. And that was the last thing I learned from him.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bara sasim v'simcha chasan v'chala gila rina dita v'chedva hava v'yachva sholem v'reyus V'eiru Adonai Eloheinu yishama v'yara Yehuda v'chutzei Yerushalayim kel sasein v'kel simcha kel chasan v'kel chala kel mitzales chasanim v'mechupasim v'yarim v'mishten ginasam Baruch atah Adonai sameach v'chasan im hakala
Zayin Adar, Tavshim Mem Ches, Voice Rabbeinu Stol. Kita Hey. It's really too hard.
No. What did he say? Go see.
Go see if the Torah is coming.
That's all.
We need more water to somebody to stand outside and drink.
No. This is going to be good.
It's never gonna rain, you know. Oh yeah, let's go. It's red light.
Now, here are other things on which we fast. Okay? First one is rain. There's no rain, so the boyet, the siyah is empty, and the man. Keep going. No, so Khayri Hamad. These are not even there. What does he say? It's not what I asked for.
It's not what I asked for. I asked for
Each one you have to explain what it is, right? Remember what they're going through for. Even though they're not making a war in this city, still you have to fast. Why? You have to explain why. Because war spreads. They will have war in some places, it goes to other places. Right? Or you can even end up saying that, and Deus should help, that it should be Amen.
Amen. I want to sing.
That's not what I asked for. So he asked for more rain, and it started raining very hard. So.
Don't even try. I doubt that ever says. Yeah. Maybe I'm an apikoides for saying it. Be happy if you'll manage to be, a Rosh V'Toivlai. Yeah, Rosh V'Toivlai. Pretty good level. I'll settle for that. I don't know, but you can be a Beinoni if you want. Verstehst? You don't have to become a tzaddik gomer by tomorrow morning. But you have to just take things a little more serious. Do your work be'emunah, which means with dedication, and no hanky-panky. I mean, occasionally you want to have a good time, take it easy, relax, fine. But when it's time for learning, it's time for learning. When you have nothing, it's not time for learning. Jump off a roof, where you go tanzen, go for a swim, stand on your head, do what you want, loosen up a little. Which, by the way, is a very good thing to do. You don't have to be so frum and learn 24 hours a day. You could take a shower once in a while. It wouldn't hurt. You're allowed to. I guarantee you, I'll be din, you're allowed to be mavatal Torah from your 24-hour day and take a shower. It's not going to hurt. So it's okay. It's kosher. It may also be obviously Yisrael, you know. But the message that Mashiach is mamish, and it's time to get ready to greet Mashiach, this is clear. There's no shayla. Nobody debates this.
Bracha v'atzlacha. Ze kan mit donderdag. Dat is een bracha donderdag, dat is atzlacha de kirja. Donderdag bijna. Bracha v'atzlacha. Dat is een straatje kedat. Bracha v'atzlacha. Dat gaat de bar mitzvah. Dat is de bobis. Dat gaat de bar mitzvah. Bracha v'atzlacha. Dat gaat de bar mitzvah. Dat is shnas arbaim. Bracha v'atzlacha. Please come through.
Yeah, it's for my husband. He has acute pancreatitis.
That is good to charity and has good news and healthy news.
He's trying to have an operation, we hope.
Amen. So it's safe.
Come for you, but
For my bat mitzvah.
18 Tishrei.
Have it healthy, happy, young, and go from strength to strength, and all matters of Yiddishkeit. All the happy year. Both of them. Yes, so much
Ki godei lata v'yiseni v'lo zato elokim levanecho kol
Although it's difficult to express how one feels on an occasion like this, first and foremost, you have to thank the Eibishter. Baruch She'echiyanu v'kimanu v'kiyanu l'zman hazeh, that we were zoche to this auspicious occasion of celebrating Bar Mitzvah of our son Yehuda She'echiyah. First of all, I would like to thank you all for coming.
Under the mirror, you see me?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
You see me straight or not?
Yeah.
Are you looking at? I'm from Yitzchak. I'm talking to you.
Oh.
His head's in the way. I can't see to his head.
Now you look perfect. Says you need light.
It works all by itself. You don't have to do anything.
It's unbelievable.
Woody, we're trying this out on you, so if we sound a little bit unorganized, we're really not.
Mazel tov, you're supposed to be Achsidish Vacher. So a lot of nachas from you. Stop chewing your nails. The Rebbe's on his galva, take him to the mamish.
Amen.
So Hashem say Mazel tov. Mazel tov to Mandy. The Mazel give Mandy a kiss. Then down. Very happy to have a guest from the Rebbe. For the beautiful words, I would just like to make one short note, which of course just occurred to me as he was speaking. And of course, it is no coincidence. There is no such thing in Torah. The Bar Mitzvah boy, as you just heard, had the schus that the Rebbe Shlita gave him his first haircut. It was during Keshal Bracha, Moitzoy Simchas Torah. The Bar Mitzvah boy wrote a letter to the Rebbe. When he sent in the invitation to the Rebbe, he requested that just like the Rebbe participated in his Obsherenish, which was Ascholas HaChinuch, the beginning of the educational process in a Jewish child's growth, the Rebbe should also participate physically in his bar mitzvah. That was a request from the bar mitzvah bocher. All I can say is, it seems that the Rebbe answered very clearly. He participated physically this is a night to remember. The Rebbe did make an appearance, the Goli in 770. Of course, he also had the Aliyah, the Shana Rabbah by the Rebbe's minion upstairs next to the Rebbe's room. But it doesn't compare to the Rebbe coming out tonight in such a great, magnificent way. And the only hope that I have is that the Bar Mitzvah Bocher should remember who he is, where he comes from, who initiated his whole existence, who participated in his beginning, the beginning of his education, who was constantly participating in his growth, and of course in all of ours. We should remember and live with the Rebbe on a daily basis. Tatum Gold, nach besonders L'chaim. Der Rebbe soll hoffen, dass der Rebbe soll sein gesund. Take from me als Mamisch, das ist alle werden, und ist mit allem mit Gott. I can't help it, but I must once again, when you look around and you wake up to reality, you give yourself a pinch. You have to thank everybody once again for doing two things, which are Lamaila mi Talmudas, I guess. Number one, traveling in this. Oh, Rabbi Harrison came in. Step right up, please. And coming into such a crowded situation, unfortunately, since they didn't finish the auditorium in the yeshiva, we have to suffer, but everything in due time was given on.
So I paid the price, yeah?
Maybe you should help. You say the Maimer, you're supposed to start the Maimer again, and Lafiber Haken Mitten. And I guess the simple pshat is, of course, it's not the real pshat, but it's my pshat. The reason to start over the Maimer again, and to Obschlagen, to stop right in the beginning, is to tell you that no matter how much you learned, you haven't even started. You're still holding by the beginning. The truth is, that's what we're all holding. We're holding by the beginning.
Your husband?
Why did you shut off?
Why you have to be shut off?
What?
Why you have to be shut off?
I mean, later, at the end.
Miyadi al hakol mi baruch al hakol mi gadol al hakol mi dagu al hakol miyadi al hakol mi baruch al hakol mi gadol al hakol mi dagul al hakol hu yivolech hu yivolech son yes akalo hu yivolech son yes akalo hu yivolech
Leer van Rabbi Melech Mashiach in Florida met zingen Baruch Haba. Rabbi Yosef Yitzchak Rappaport, Schleer van Rabbi Kedushes at Melech Mashiach in Cincinnati. Rabbi Zalman gelernt hat, mechubet mit Eide Kedushin. Marlo, Rishav Besden, von Besden Zedig, Shkunas Kanzi, Vashemas Abrach ist mechubet mit Sider Kedushin. Kanzi Vashemas Abrach ist mechubet mit Leine Dik Stube.
One of the Kosh, the Miktam Bay, Hakel, Shadavik Kaimnum, Zalman, Tuvia, Berev, Shemaya, Hakoyen, Eid, Nuum, Shleim, Zalman, Ben, Yena, Zal, Eid.
Arav Shleim Zalman Maljeski ist mechubet mit der dritte Brache. A Vetter von dem Chos. Mechubet mit der dritte Brache.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, yetzer hadam.
Amen. Maljeski, a Vetter von Chosen, mechubet mit der sechste Brache. Regardless of age, regardless of background, etc., has the ability, Mamela also the chiyuv, to turn his home, his daladamis, into a mikdash ma'at, a small miniature Beis HaMikdash. Specifically his own home, his bayis, which the Rebbe emphasized, bayis has the mila of kvius, nitzchius, and also the mila of yisyashus. This wedding, which is a binyan bayis by Yisrael, comes the first day right after the Sikha, and there's a haschola toiva for the binyan bayis aproti of this particular bayis. And as mentioned before, every simcha by Yidden is not stam a simcha by an individual, it's a simcha by Klal Yisrael. So it should be a binyan bayis nitzchi, b'his yashvus, and befrat. Since we're approaching the union of the Rosh Hashanah Le'ilon, is the union of Tu B'Shvat, which emphasizes very strongly the concept of growing, that whatever we're doing, we're always growing. And also, not stama ilan, but ilan oisei peiros. Not only are they growing themselves, but they're also oisei peiros, so peiros. The same thing should be mekuyam in a way of lachatchila hariber. The chos and kala, they should be born abayis by Yisrael, should be a binyan nitzchi, a binyan by his yashvus, and it should be the hachane for the binyan bayis ashlishi, ayidei Mashiach to keinu b'karav mamish. Mazel to mazel. Sharbit hazov, b'choyavani, on leili kreisi, l'vei alamelech. Zesh leishim yei, vayagidu l'mordechoi, eis drei ester, vayemer mordechai, lo shim el ester. Knesses vol ha-Yehudim, ha-nimtzeim b'shushon, b'tum olai. Yal techlu, yal tishtu, shleishet yomim layla moyein, gamanim nari sayim, keinu l'chai, namei.
I first met Fitzy, a caring son, in his father's Kingston Avenue store. With all respect to his siblings, he was the only one I recall seeing in that store, especially before Pesach. I confess, standing outside the Yeshiva Beis Medrash, where he was a Maggid Shir for 10, 15, 20 minutes, listening to Fitzy's giving a shir, loud, clear, with a cheerful voice. When he would see me Shabbos morning in various parts of the yeshiva and asked me to come learn, I could not turn him down. But I told him I did not look at all. He said, "Don't worry, I'll be there beside you," and we did a great job together. It was really a pleasure to go learn together with Fitzy being your manager. A heart filled to hearts. One heart filled another heart. When we met the night after Yud Shvat 15 years ago, at a chasna of a very, very dear family, friends of ours, we stood and we schmoozed at the end of the chasna because it was very raining, very much rain outside and snow and very, very slippery. And we weren't worried about things. So we spoke about the yeshiva and about our children and about the chotonim. And then we also spoke about Yud Shvat, which is over just then. And then what happened afterwards we all know, and the veitek and the tsar which we felt in our tragedy, only about the lovely surviving families on alle gesund sein, especially the mother, Yechevet Chevi soll haben nachas von ihre Kinder, der Rebbe soll ihr Menschen mit asach frischen, gesund und lebendigen nachas. Wir wollen bekorb mamisch bekabel ponim sein, malkeinu mishechenu, mit einem übergegebenen Chassidim. ובינום, zwischen זה וזין, ראשיהם, החוסית, התומים, יצף יצחוק ברבי יעקב ליבסקר. הן נשמוסי צרורה בצר לחיים. Eventually, the shura given out by the chasna, which we attended that night of Yeshvat, and I keep it with me in my room always. I use it to say Tillim sometimes, or to say Shema at night. So on the cover it says Simchas Nishuyin Shel Menachem Mendel Goldberg, Yud Shvat, the date, Yud Shvat Tovshin Nun Hey. This date I keep there because it's in my heart and in my heart and in my mind, thinking about him and about his family and about where he is now in the highest level of the highest Gan Eden. We should all sing the Korah Mamish, Amen.
My Zayda Mendel Deitch, when he passed away in 1967, there was then a grave digger strike, and there was nobody to bury him. And Chavi happened to mention that her husband, Fitzy, was the one that arranged to have him he brought a bunch of his friends. It was a freezing winter day, it was in January, in Chav Tevis, and they dug up the frozen earth. You know, they started out like 3 o'clock in the morning, so they can bury my grandfather. And to that, Chavi, her thought was that perhaps 4 of her children married to Zayda Mendel's children, Eineklach and grandchildren, was due to the fact that her husband Fitzy, you know, did the mitzvah of burying him at a time when there was nobody there to do it.
Anytime any of my kids were born, so I'd go over to Fitzy and say, Mazel Tov, give me a kiss, and thank you for bringing Mashiach closer. So I said, what are you talking about? He said, there's a heichel that says that it's full of neshamas, and as soon as that heichel is finished, Mashiach comes. So Yashikoyach for bringing Mashiach closer.
My brother-in-law, Rabbi Lipsker, known as affectionately Fitzy, had many milas. One of the things which stood out, which got me, I would say, was he was very passionate about Yiddishkeit. Specifically when it came to the subject of the Rebbe and Chassidus. When he spoke about the Rebbe and Chassidus, he was literally on fire. And everybody around him lit up from his passion. He radiated life. One of the things which I remember, I think this was maybe my last conversation that I had with him, was Shabbos Mevarchim Shvat. This was Mitzvah Shabbos. That Shabbos he verbringt in 770. Since Chavzayin Adar, every Shabbos is a verbringen in 770, organized in English for the English-speaking Anash. They asked him a few times to verbring, he refused to, he didn't feel comfortable verbringing in 770. But that Shabbos, I think, was the first time he did it. And I met him Mitzvah Shabbos, he was on the way to Morristown, stopped off on Kingston, and he tells me, he wants to tell me what he said by the verbringen. And I'd like to repeat his word. He spoke about the Rebbe's words, Tut altus erkennt. I did everything I can do, now do everything you can do. So he explained it with the story that there was once a chassid, that the Rebbe asked him to speak to someone else about letting his beard grow. But don't tell that person that it's coming from me, the Rebbe said. He went and spoke to that person, spoke to him a lot, but he couldn't convince him to let his beard grow. Later he came back to the Rebbe, and he told the Rebbe that this person is very devoted to the Rebbe and would listen to anything the Rebbe says, and if the Rebbe would only allow him to let him know that the Rebbe wants him to let the beard grow, it would happen in a second. So he's asking the Rebbe permission to tell him it's coming from the Rebbe. The Rebbe said no. And then the Rebbe said, who has to let his beard grow, him or me? In other words, if the person is going to let his beard grow because the Rebbe is telling him to do it, then it's the Rebbe that's doing it, not the person. And that's how he explained that the Verbringen, what it means, Tut altus erkennt, which means I can inspire you, I can encourage you, but now you have to do it on your own. And that'll bring Mashiach.
I knew as a kid, we were friends as kids, but when I came back from Eretz Yisrael, we were Chavrusa the first year in 770, that's when I really got close with him, became true friends then, and I could say that he was a person who was kept Seder Yeshiva from morning to night. He was there every time, you had to be there. And Beinas Dorim, in his free time, he would go with Mekayim, the mitzvah of Kibbutz Av, he would go help his father at the grocery store. Not that many, not something that other people did not do, and he would be responsible. He's a person who utilized his time from morning to night without wasting it. Just go to camp to have a fun time. He was there as a responsible individual. He would fulfill his responsibilities. He helped run the camp, with the Rebbe's camp. It was from before camp opened up, after camp was closed. He was there. He worked. Mamish Ibrahim believed in us to see that the camp should function, that the Rebbe should have nachas. Throughout the years, he showed a friendship that not too many people, other people, have shown such a close friendship.
Teire Mutter und Vetter ist Rebaren Yosef, Reb Mendel, Reb Yitzchak und Mumme Rivke v'chulu, sheyichyu le'erich yom v'shanim tevis. Hamokim Yenachem Eschem beseich she'are Avelitzion v'Yerushalayim. Was die Scheiches von Zion und Yerushalayim zu jeder Neshama ist, als wie die Avelis von Zion und Yerushalayim füllen alle, als euch bei der Histalkus von einer Neshama füllen alle. Und noch mehr die, was einen nennt. Und als wie sicher wird auch in Gichen aufgebaut werden, den Beis Hamikdash, und alle wollen sehen mit Freilichkeit. Als euch sicher ist kein Schum Sofik, wollen aufstehen alle Neshamis bei Trias Hamesim Bekarev Mamash. Noch mehr, als wie bei Yerushalayim ist nur zugenommen die Steine und Holz von Mikdash, aber der Mikdash, was in Herzen kann keiner nicht zubrechen oder zunehmen, als ich bei einer Neshama, Tage es ist nicht voran, in Guf, aber die Neshama lebt ewig und befragt bei einem Vater, was die Scheiches von einem Vater mit Kindern ist doch mehr wie in Guf. Es ist ein Herz, was das bleibt. Und der Pfarrer beschast die Neshama sieht, wie die Mischpoche hält sich stark. Und man tut alles, was man kann, auf einordnen in dem Leben, in dem besten Öfen, und helfen und stärken andere und bechlau. Alle Sachen Gute und Positive, was man tut, sieht doch die Neshama von Olam Ha'emes und hat die größte Nachas Ruach von dem. Bis dem größte Nachas Ruach von Zen Bias Mashiach Bekarev Mamash Achshav. Es ist interessant zu bemerken, und wir haben schon alle bemerkt, als in Tanja Chitas von Freitag, jem Halavaya, redet der alte Rebbe wegen und schreibt einen Brief von der Chama auf die Ptire von der Zadik. Und wie der Rebbe Schlitte sagt, man darf leben mit der Zeit, euch mit Parshas Tanja von Jemse, ist bei Hashkache Pratis, wie der friedige Rebbe Neshmos Eden hat ausgestellt, dem Seder von Lernen Tanja, als der Schier von dem Perek Chav Zayin, wie der Rebbe Schlitte ruft es, Perek Zach, klar, rein, edel, fällt uns in demselben Tag, was es hat sich angeheben dem Indien von der Chama verdal. Wir sollen nur herren, besuches Tevis, wir sollen mehr nicht wissen von kein Zar, und in Gichen Mamish, a Reis von Golos behisgalas Mashiach, und Geulas Mashiach now Achshav, ich habe Yosef Yitzchak Lipsker Morestan.